when we say AI document understanding, basically what we are talking about here. And in a very simple, without getting too much in technical detail, AI document understanding, what we are referring to here is an AI that can uh, read a document, understand a document, contextualize a document, just like us humans, and it can contextualize and interpret that document and extract the required information automatically. So basically, just like us human, when we look at a document, we try to contextualize that document, right? We have this ability to read a document, images, graphics, and then context, put that in a specific context, and then interpret it and extract the meaning out of it, right? So that is what AI document understanding is. Now, the question that people immediately pops up is like, okay, how is it different from, let's say, something like OCR? Like you guys might be familiar with old technology or current. A lot of times we use OCR to extract information out of, let's say, documents like invoices, purchase orders, and things like that. The major and critical the critical difference between OCR and AI document understanding is while OCR can extract the data out of a document, but it has to have a predefined template and a format. Only then it works. Secondly, it cannot understand that document. It cannot contextualize that document. It can only extract certain fields which have a fixed position in a point of reference in a document, and it can extract it. Whereas AI document it doesn't follow a predefined template. It could be completely unstructured, and AI would be able to read, interpret it, and extract meaning out of it. So, that's what we are referring to it here. And in every industry, there is a need of document understanding. In some industries, more important than the others. For example, as I mentioned before, some of the industries like insurance, pharma, medical devices, telecom industry, legal businesses, legal firms, I mean, they're producing tons of unstructured documents. They're producing lots of documents that exist in PDFs on their file servers. They have a lot of images that exist. They have a lot of graphics that exist, and these all are like lying somewhere in some kind of a cloud server, some kind of a Dropbox, or some kind of a data vault, lying in some kind of a cloud or on-prem file server. So again, AI document understanding, AI that understand documents like human from various file types, right? So definitely, it's just not PDF as a file type. It could be a document, a Word document, a spreadsheet. It could be a zip file, an email, data existing in an email in an unstructured format, even in a PPT, PowerPoint presentation, or an image, right? For the classical example of your image in pharma industry or in healthcare industry is like your X-rays, right? There are images that exist. AI should be able to extract the data, interpret it, and provide some meaning into it. So, data can exist in these unstructured documents in different file types as well as different data types. Like you could have a shipping document or a sales order document which can have a barcode. So, AI should be able to interpret that barcode. You can have a data existing in terms of an images, in terms of handwritten notes. It could be just like a data existing in certain tables, right? So AI should be able to not only look at each of these wide variety of file types, but it should also be able to get this data out of these data types as well. So that's a very clear distinction. And in our live demo, we would show you the capability of the platform and how AI can accomplish some of these data extraction from these documents. Well, at this stage, I'd like to introduce eZintegrations. This is a platform that has wide variety of usage. It can do a lot more than just AI document understanding, but for the purpose of this webinar, we are talking everything in the context of AI document understanding. So the architecture for this platform would be very simple, right? On one hand, you would have a source system where your unstructured document exists, and those sources could be some kind of file server system, like data files existing, let's say in your SharePoint, in Dropbox, or let's say NetDoc, the file vault systems for that are there. So these systems could be either cloud or they could be on-prem. Our platform has the ability to connect to these sources and uh, get these documents, connect with these documents that exist on these sources, and then apply AI document understanding on these documents and extract the meaningful data and then send it to the target that you want. And that this target could be anything. It could be a target could be, let's say, your ERP application, ERP system, or it could be a CRM system, or it could be a some kind of a database, data warehouse, or some kind of a data lake, right? You want to get all this information out of it and push it into some kind of a data lake for your reporting, for your data analytics. So all that is possible. Basically, we can get the data from these unstructured documents and push it into any target of your choice. Moving on to the next slide. So basically, a little bit in more detail what just I articulated. So you can have a wide variety of documents, like talking about, let's say, agreements, contracts, purchase orders, receipts, invoices, medical bills. I mean, again, these document types would vary from industry to industry, companies to company. But what I'm trying to emphasize here is document types having unstructured data. We can connect to these unstructured data and extract data, whatever information or the business requires. For example, it could be some critical attributes out of it, critical data, some kind of table data, images you want to extract out of it. Then transform those data and push it into target. And the target is your ERP, CRM, another data warehouse, another data lake, or it could be another file system. As I said, we support different types of data. I think we have already talked a lot about this thing, so I'll just move on. Okay, so again, just to make a just to give you a flavor of like what in what context we are talking about, right? So here I'm just trying. We have listed down few use cases based on working with our customers that we feel are relevant use cases of AI document understanding and can definitely add value to the company or to the industry. By no means this is an exhaustive list. It is just based on our experience working with our customers on some of these use cases. For example, for pharma industry, like we were talking about, there are specification documents like packaging specification documents or compliance reports, or like process specification documents, or like batch records, right? All those documents have lots of data in the form of unstructured data, and that unstructured data can be extracted out of these documents and put it into more structured sources for your data analytics, for driving certain workflows, for compliances, for so there are lots of usage of these AI document understanding with respect to these documents in pharma industry. And we will look at one of these use cases in our live demo later in the demo as well. Same way for the insurance industry, you got lots of policy documents, claims documents. You have once somebody files claims, there are damage assessment reports. There like a coverage summaries report and things like that. So all these documents, all this information exists in an unstructured document. It could be a PDF, like I mentioned, right? So it could be anything, but there's a lot of information that exists in these documents, and it always helps to extract information out of these documents and push it into a system or an application where it can be used for your further classification. For it could be used for managing the compliance risk, or it could be used for driving workflows. So again, similar use cases, but different document types for insurance industry. Another very interesting field where we see usage of AI document understanding is a legal industry, in a legal firm that has, let's say, offices across the states, and with, let's say, hundreds of attorneys producing thousands and hundreds and thousands of documents in terms of, let's say, notices, subpoenas, judgments, pleadings, dispositions. And each of these documents, again, I mean, if any of you guys are familiar with the court system here in US, each of these documents are produced in the form of a unstructured document that has lots of valuable information in it at every step of the way, right? And it really helps a legal firm if these documents can be managed, processed, and data can be extracted out of these documents and put into more structured format for data analysis, for onboarding, for deboarding their customers, and then driving workflows, approval workflows for their internal operations. And we are going to take one use case for legal industry also later in the demo. And again, these are just simple representative sample of use cases. By no means this is an exhaustive list of use cases. Every company is different, and every company can have a very specific use case for something like this.